Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the add-on spotlight for Wildstar. Today we're going to be taking a look at Razorplates, a nameplate replacement add-on. Whew, that's a lot of wording. Anyway, this is a wonderful add-on for anyone who does not like the default nameplates, these little thingies right over here. But let's go ahead and get started about the add-on itself. The first options you're going to see here are going to be brought to you by hitting /Raz. R-A-Z, all lowercase. That is going to allow you to pull up these options in their fancy little box. Now, I guess we will start at the top and work our way down. Use occlusion stops you from being able to see nameplates that are not actually visible by you. So for example, if we crank up this right here, right, we turn this off, you'll see nameplates showing up that are further away. Now if we turn this back on, they will disappear. That is because I had my view distance up for one. And occlusion just means if you do not have line of sight of the target, it won't show them. View distance, very simple. If I crank it all the way up, I can see things that are further away. This is good if you have a low-end PC, and it'll help you not have to see as much on your screen, so it won't cause as much of a memory problem, or graphics problem, FPS, etc. You can override this for friendly, hostile, and neutral units, changing the distance how you want by clicking here and then dragging. Other than that, you have in combat. It'll show that you're in combat even though you're technically not, per se. And this makes it so that both you and the thing that you are targeting and whatnot have to be in combat. And you can choose these for each one of those as well. So then we're going to talk about creating nameplates for unimportant characters. If I turn this on, or off, excuse me, Dorian Walker here is just not important. Sorry, Dorian Walker. This will only allow you to see them for vendors, such as, you know, the PvP guys right here. Turn this on. Oh, if I turn it off, it's still going to show them anyway. But anyway, it's not going to show all the other ones. Hide nameplates for speech bubbles. Basically, if you have this turned on, then the nameplate will stay over the speech bubbles. You know, kind of sucky if you do want to see them, but at the end of the day, I'd rather see HP bars. Double cast bar update rate. Basically, it will update faster so that it's more accurate. Nameplate catch size. Well, you turn it down, it uses less memory and whatnot. It's pretty much what it is. As far as my nameplates go, and I'm going to skip what all this stuff is for this one, I have it all turned off. I don't care about myself because I have two giant things right here for my own personal benefits. So yeah. Scrolling down though, if we take a look at my targeted nameplate, we will see that there are many options. Now we'll target Dorian Walker here, and we can talk about a few of them. So show name, pretty obvious, except if I don't target him. Show name, pretty obvious. Show guild removes that, which I prefer. If we move down to level, his level is not even showing up, which is peculiar. Maybe because he doesn't have a level. He is Dorian Walken. Walken? No, he actually does not have a level. He is impossible. Good to note. Show health and shield bars. We will get more into that in a minute. But yeah, it's there. It's cool. Resources, etc., etc. Probably using Dorian Walker is not the best of examples, but you get the point what most of this is. It's fairly self-explanatory to figure out. Turn off HP text, which also turns off the shield text. And then you have some scaling options. You can, you know, make name slates big if you're, you know, blind. Not that there's a problem with being blind, but you have a way to make them bigger, and then you can use bigger text to work on that. You can also change the vertical offset, which you might want to raise up just a little bit for small guys like him, because, well, it covers his face, and that's not cool. And hey, you might even want to make it slightly transparent, so that you kind of see through it a little bit, and it helps you with stuff and things and doodads and all that good jazz. And you have in combat and out of combat options. Got a little cut off there, but whatever. All of them are cut off. That's interesting. And you can customize these as well. So maybe in your combat you don't want certain things showing, such as their resource bar or their level or whatever. Interesting stuff. But anyway, moving on, because, I don't want to bore you guys to death. I'm going to skip through most of this because it's all going to be the same. However, you do have classes, so if you're PvPing, you might want to have their classes on, or it's going to show a little emblem like this that tells you what class they are. But whichever you prefer, I do not like having it on because I find it slightly distracting. You might as well, so there you go. And turning guild off and all that stuff is kind of important, in my opinion. Again, most of this is all the same stuff. For friendly players, I turn guilds off by default, because I don't give a damn what guild you're in. I do leave levels on, because I don't care about that. Turn class colors off, turn resource bars off. Again, stuff you just don't really care about. And actually, usually in combat, I just have all this turned off. Because if you're next to me and dying, I don't want to know it, because I'm not going to heal you, because I don't have heals. That said, moving down to groups. The only thing I'm going to say about this is you might want to change the color of this unless you are using class bars, because it's the same color as the shield. You see the shield color right there? If he was using blue like this, it would be the same. So you could just click on here and be like, hey, you know what, I want you guys to be like, maybe I want blue, but I just want like a regular blue. And then you could just copy and then go to each one, and it saves the copy, so you can just paste it, hit OK, come here, paste, OK, come here, paste, and OK. And voila, those are automatically configured, and again, the options apply the same. Guild, I went ahead and turned all of them to kind of a purplish, pinkish color. Probably a little bit purpler would be in order if I wanted it to be exactly like the way they have it, but I don't. And again, same thing, I turn off guild and level. Anyway, again, I'm just going to skip all this. Friendly NPCs, I turn them all the way off. I might actually show name. So if I unclick Dorian, yeah, it'll show his name. I'll leave that one on. That's not bad. But I don't need all the other text and stuff for them. Neutral NPCs, I show them in combat so that I don't accidentally pull them when I don't want to. But out of combat for the most part, I don't know, maybe I would turn these two on. That might be a little bit better to do. But anyway, let's move on to the rest of the stuff here. First off, we have alerts. This is your threat, low HP, or execute alerts, and apparently cleansing, which has just recently been added as far as I can tell. What is threat? Well, you probably should know that. As far as the game's concerned, it's what's actually targeting you, whether it be technically players or whatever, NPCs. So there are a few options here. First off, enable or disable. Pretty easy. Tank mode. Tank mode inverts the default way that it works. So normally the let's see, make sure I'm saying this right before I say it. Alerts of units that don't target. So it shows targets that don't target you, so that you know that they are not targeting you. Yes, it makes more sense when you don't think about it, like I just did. Basically, if they're not targeting you, they will pop up on your thing. You can turn it off for instances only, so it's not pulling up when you're just out in the world doing things. You can have it show markers. For threat, which is the little icons on the outside, I believe. Change their HP color if you have a certain color you want them to be. Maybe they turn bright red whenever they're not targeting you, or yellow or pink or whatever color you want. Now you can also have it increase the size of the plates so that if something's not threatening you, the plate gets bigger or smaller even. Depending on how you want to do it. Or you can do the opposite, or not the opposite, but you could do a different thing where you make them less transparent. So if they completely disappear or reappear depending on the circumstance. Low HP, pretty simple. It gives you a marker letting you know, hey, my HP is below X amount. Let me have a color and see the color and make my nameplate bigger so I know to get away. Or if you're a healer, it'll make the nameplates boom up so that you can find the people who are low health easier. Same thing for the execute range, which is for unfriendly targets or neutrals. And this will allow you to tell, hey, he's below 30% health, let me use this ability that does extra damage to mobs that are below that point. And again, you can customize the colors and everything. Lastly, we have Cleanse, which was recently added, as I said. And this will either show markers or change the color of their bar so that you know, hey, I need to cleanse Marty McFly, who's actually a person in my guild. And so you cleanse him, and then it'll go back to its normal colors. And again, you can make it where it increases the size of the nameplate. Whew. Last little bit. Styles and colors. Awesomeness. This is where all the fun begins. Minimalistic mode. Kind of makes it a little less cool, in my opinion. But hey, maybe you want to make it a little minimalistic. Rectangular graphics. As you can see on the screen, just kind of makes it a rectangle and takes away the little circle. The only thing I'm going to add for this is I wouldn't mind seeing some cool stuff, you know, some different styles of bars and stuff. That'd be really cool, but that'd probably be a lot of work. Just my personal thought, buddy. Show target markers. That's the little thingies right here. Difficulty icons. Again, that's the little things that would be like right here that tells you, hey, this guy is a challenger or he's a minion or whatever. Titles, as you can see looking at mine, I can just completely remove titles. I think that's a cool feature to have on, especially if you don't care like I don't. Class icons, that's the little things to the side there. Probably could use a little like ability to adjust it, but yeah, it's fine. Moving on, empty resource bars. So for example, I have no resources in my bars. If I turn this on, it makes it completely disappear. Show interrupt armor. I only do this for hostile mobs. Again, you might want to do it differently, but I only care if I can't interrupt the guy I'm beating's face in. Alright, so here's a little bit of stuff. So by default, this is what it would look like. I don't like that, first off. Second off, you could do this, which is already, in my opinion, better. And then you could put it on the top instead of on the bottom. Great. I love this feature completely. Then you can censor the text, but I have targeted where it doesn't show text. Did I mean to do that? Oh yeah, I didn't. I did it. I did, but I didn't. I meant to turn it back on. So anyway, censors the text. And that's it. You can obviously adjust the width of it. You can adjust the HP height, the shield bar height, or you can shrink the shield bar, which is something I've actually been wanting to do a little bit. And we'll just shrink this a tiny bit too, right there. Now here, you might be like, oh, that's kind of annoying because of that. Well, thankfully, good old buddy old pal, having to make it so that you can just completely hide that, which in my opinion is a good thing. Because, oops, I untargeted myself. Because I don't care about how much shields are actually there. I care about if they're there or not. So I thoroughly enjoy that. Kind of like this one. I like to hide the text on that too, because again, I don't care. A few display options for how you want to have this set up. I just kind of go with current and max, because that is fine for me. And lots of font options. I'm not going to take the time to go through all these, but there's a lot. Flip through them, see what you like. And you can customize these options for pretty much everything on the nameplates. Colors, you got your class colors, you got your shield bar colors. Again, you could change that if you don't want to change the defaults of the party frames, but you know, whatever. Also, it's the same color as engineers, so if you do use class colors, engineers are about the same. I would definitely switch some of these up, or excuse me, not engineers, Esper. Else if I pay more attention. But yeah, so that's all this. I wouldn't mind having a little drop down that allows you to like maybe link up and use the same thing that Potato UI has. I don't know if that's even a thing you can do, but it'd be kind of cool. And last, we're going to get into the final part of this, which is load settings. I'm going to claim full responsibility for this, even though he was already going to do it. But I did send him a message asking him to do it, so I'm going to say he did it for me. And this allows you to just copy from your other characters load settings, and then you have the same ones. And that, guys, concludes Razorplates. Do remember to always reload UI after you have set your settings, because that is the only real way to actually save them, I think. Because sometimes they get messed up if you get kicked off the game without doing so. Without shutting down properly, I guess would be the thing. And yeah, thank you for watching. I encourage you to toss a like on this video if you liked it. You know, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment if you have any questions. Don't go bugging the mod author or add-on author. Throw it down, let me see if I can figure it out, and if I can't, then I'll bring it to him. You know, I mean, unless you just want to. I'd rather him spend his time adding new cool features instead of trying to problem solve stuff that isn't necessarily anything he can fix that I can't. But that's just me. Don't give me your like error messages though. I don't care about that. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and as always, have a wonderful day.